Hi, I'm Jan. I'm the creator of the PaperLike, the screen protector that makes writing on the iPad Pro feel like you're doing it on paper. Today I'm going to show you how to apply the PaperLike on the iPad Pro. The PaperLike ships with two PaperLike screen protectors, two dust absorber guide sticker sets, two wet wipes, two dry wipes, and an instruction sheet. Yeah. What I got from my wallet is this card, which I'll be using for the end of the video. So I recommend you get a card from your wallet because we don't ship it, because we don't want to send plastic that will be ending up in the trash somewhere. So get one from your wallet and we'll be ready to go. So the first thing we want to do is get the PaperLike. The PaperLike has side 1 and side 2. Side 1 is the side that will be on the iPad Pro. So we put it down and make sure that side 2 is looking up now to your side. Yeah, side 1 is looking down. Now we've placed it on the iPad, we get the guide stickers. The first guide sticker on the top half, the second guide sticker on the bottom half. Put the dust absorber on the right side, you'll see why soon. And the bottom half. And now we will align the iPad and the PaperLike. One thing that I recommend you to do is use the camera and the button as your guide, okay? And when you see that that's perfectly aligned, you can make sure, you can be pretty sure that it's good. And then you press down the stickers so that they stick on the iPad. Yeah, so when they're sticking on the iPad, you can then stick them a little bit on the table so that you can do this trick. Push the iPad sideways and it will stick automatically on the back. So then you just help it and make sure that it's correctly placed and make sure that it sticks pretty good here. So pass your finger on it. Okay. Next thing is we open it like a door hinge and get the wet wipes. We'll use the wet wipe to get off all the kind of sticky stuff like fingerprints or finger oil or whatever other stuff that was on the screen protector. If you were not using a screen protector before, make sure you go over the whole screen. And even if you had a screen protector before, make sure you pay close attention to the camera and the button, because there you might have some extra thick layer of finger oil and hand oils. Okay, looks good. Now we get the dry wipe and make sure we get off all the excess fluid. At this stage, you might have realized there's a couple of dust specks that have collected on your iPad. So we get the dust absorber and we'll get off all the dust specks that fell on your iPad in this minute. So you can see how fast dust specks fall from wherever in the room. So if you do it in a living room, make sure it is a pretty fast process. So the next thing we do is get the PaperLike, get side 1 and make sure it's side 1. We might change the color, so don't pay attention to the color. Side 1 is the important part. So let's get side 1 and start pulling up, peeling it off. An upward movement is very important in my opinion, because that way whatever dust specks fell on that side of the screen protector will not fall on the iPad while you're doing this movement. Fast and close it like a door hinge. And voila. We can be pretty sure that it's well placed at the moment. So we see a couple of bubbles. Don't worry if you see huge bubbles at this moment, because this method makes huge bubbles. But you can push them out. And the other interesting thing is that when you're pushing them out, you can also catch smaller bubbles and push the smaller bubbles out with the big bubble. And it's like a Pac-Man game, okay? So here we have a small bubble, and the small bubble is catching a bigger bubble. Yeah, and we're getting it out. Now we have a big bubble here, and we'll use that one to catch a smaller one here. You can hear it moving. And make sure that everything is sticking on. Make sure you go through the corners. Make sure you go through on top of the sticker, because sometimes you might not catch some bubbles behind it. So just make sure you go through over the sticker and push out whatever is just there. So now we get to the moment of truth. We take off side 2. And voila. We've got a perfectly placed PaperLike on an iPad Pro. From this angle, I might have missed a couple of minor bubbles, but with some patience, we can get them out. One trick that you can do is get the dry wipe. And with the dry wipe as a secondary protection, you can start taking off whatever bubbles you missed before. But normally you would not miss them if you're not filming a video. So it might be an excuse for me to miss a couple of bubbles at this moment, because I have a pretty awkward angle from this point of view. But all in all, this looks pretty good. So thanks for watching. I hope I helped you how to apply the PaperLike on your iPad Pro. And I'm looking forward to your feedback. Cheers.